I did. God damn. Appreciate y'all. Salute, man. It's always a pleasure, man. And what a wonderful evening. You know what I'm saying? And we out here, goddamn. But got my New York City subway here. You know what I'm saying? And it's great to have it here, man. You know. I think it's important, man, to always let the situation of the subway is like a big signification, man, of I just got a good position. I'm sorry. Salute to everybody, man. I appreciate you, man. And God damn, I appreciate it. I feel good. I know a few people is just like, now you just switched this title up. You was being slick, but it's not being slick. We still going with when we started this whole situation, as you know, the title had a lot to do with, you know, the whole situation with women, you know, never let a man know you're single. And I didn't want to just, without jumping dead into this, you know what I mean? This is a process and it takes a little while. But after this live stream today, you may not like me. You may have a problem with really being around Nate, and you may even feel a misogyny to the whole situation. But if you feel that, I suggest you kick rocks and go elsewhere. You know, I'm just saying, so if you want me to give you the truth, then you should stay. But I'm warning you, seriously, all jokes aside, if you really have a problem with hearing a man tell you the truth on the male nature, I suggest you leave this video immediately. For real, you know what I mean? I think the most important part is to know that you're gonna learn about men's health, you're gonna learn about depression, you're gonna learn about why he has all these sicknesses, why he smokes cigarettes, why he has all these alternatives. It all goes down to a woman. It all goes down to a woman, man. Shout out to my bro, he just came by, man, and you know, black brothers, men, I know you don't like to talk about your problems and you like to keep things to yourself and all this, that, and the third. I'm warning you, that's going to kill you. I'm looking in the mirror. That's going to kill you. You got to really, really watch that. Oh man, what the hell happened? This thing just did something crazy. Hold on 1 second, yo. Hold on. Give me a minute. Fuck, man. I swear to God, man. This fucking thing, man. God damn. Okay, hold on. God damn, let's start over. So, I want you to understand that this is about to be a real masterclass, and I want people to engage into the art of information. And then how you're going to do that is you have to ask questions. You can't just assume all these different things, because I'm a man and you don't want to assume anything anymore. You know, I know a lot of times, black women especially, you have a bad habit of not listening. And this is a thing that really runs with a lot of sisters, because sisters have a hard time. Shout out to the garden scientist. What up, brother? Sisters have a hard time understanding the truth from the horse's mouth. And this is why guys lie to you. You get lied to more than anybody, because remember, as a black woman, you're passionate. You like to tell up front, you know, you love your man, and when you're loyal to your man, and it's all about him. Yeah, we get that. That's why when we approach you and you're in a relationship, we respect that. Unless we're a true player, you got somebody, we take that as a rejection of, she don't want me. But you as a woman know in your nature, if a man's in a committed relationship, other than you feeling like being on the girl side, you know you have the power to get him. So you're aware of what I'm talking about. You are. You know you really can get what you want if you want it. You know you can, right? You know if push comes to shove, you can get what you want. You know you can, because you're aware of the male nature. You're aware that men suffer. Men have doggish ways. You're aware of it, but you get amnesia when something happens. Let me tell you what happened, right? So I don't know if you heard about this story with the situation with the guy that I don't know if you heard about it. Very sad story about the guy that was doing a live stream in a car. So he was doing this live stream in a car, and he got murdered, right? He got murdered, and it was sad because how they killed him was just so disingenuous. It was just, it's black man. You know what I mean? It's you would think the white man, as much as he don't want us here, you think he would be taking it, but white men are smart. They believe in cruise control, and the black man's on cruise control to destroy his own race. So they know when they kill you, then it becomes a racial situation. But when you kill yourself, you can't blame nobody. So we're kind of aware of the dynamics of the world, but we kind of play stupid when situations come to place. So I want to be clear on this one topic of why you get yourself involved in certain things and you're not built to handle it. So there was a situation with the guy that was in the car, and he was doing a live stream, and he's in Chicago, and they pulled him out the car and they shot him to death. We all know that, you know, niggas will be niggas, and we you know what I mean? We're aware of us. We know what we're capable of. We know as black people, we have a tendency to be mysteriously or just retarded to some degree. You know what I mean? Because the things that we do, it's kind of like a Muslim guy may not eat pigs or pork because he eats his own waste, or people that don't eat shrimp because they feel that shrimp eat the bottom of the sea. Right. So anybody that eats their own waste would be like, why would you do that? Why would you eat your own waste, right? But for a race of men that kill off their own race. They don't multiply. They kill off their own race. You have to say to yourself, something's wrong with black men, right? So anyway, I posted this thing on a repost purposely. I said, let me just leave this comment on there. So I said, his brother, the guy's brother, is making a video in the car about how his brother was murdered. Now, the one good thing is his brother was parked. That was a bad thing, but the brother made a video how he got killed, and the brother was driving, doing a live stream. Now, me personally, I think doing live streams in cars right now, and I done did a lot of them, but I think doing live streams in cars right now, from at least the lesson I learned as a black man and seeing this other black man get taken away, I think the most vulnerable thing you can do is do a live stream in your car. Now, I say this to say that I know some people may feel like certain things is not going to happen to them and things that happen to people, you know, maybe he didn't do this right. But if you got to think about it like this, when you cross in the street and you're in the city and you're on a phone, I don't know if you know, but when you're on a phone and you're crossing the street and you got your cell phone on your ear, you're not giving 100%, right? Right. So you do realize that as an individual, right, you're not paying attention. So if you're on a phone, try it. When you're on a phone, I don't care if you're waiting on a hold, but there's something about holding a phone on the ear and talking to somebody and trying to cross the street at the same time. Now, we multitask, we all do this, we all have done it, but you make yourself vulnerable in the worst way, because now what ends up happening is you're crossing the street and you're not paying attention. So now somebody could grab your phone, grab you and put you in a chokehold. But when you're crossing the street and you have no distraction, you're totally focused on crossing that street. Now, again, not saying that you're not vulnerable for somebody else to do, but vulnerability is not a good thing because it makes you a target, a successful target. And when you're vulnerable, you become a target because you're sleeping. It's like certain animals. Let's think of the animal nature, right? There's certain animals that wait for your vulnerability. A pit bull may know that you're scared, or a dog knows that you're scared and they go for you. Some animals go for you when you're not paying attention, like a snake. You know what I'm saying? Some vulnerability has a lot to do with animals or reptiles. They give you this impression that they're not paying attention. And as long as they're not paying attention, your psychological move is, they could come in for the kill. So the one thing I learned about life, to learn about human life is to learn wildlife. It's very important to learn wildlife because you start to see nature at its finest. Like, these are not people talking. They have their own language. They're in the wild. They surviving. They know how to eat. They know how to drink. They know how to clean themselves. It's amazing. It's amazing when I see deers or anything. I don't care if it's an opossum, you know what I mean? Anything that I see that lives in the wild and they survive, not today, tomorrow, the next day, that's amazing to me. They're walking. How do they walk? Like, I know they probably don't brush their teeth like us, et cetera, et cetera. So this concept really had me aware, so to speak, to how the mindset of people think. So men and women, or human beings for that matter, don't realize how much an impact that animals play until they come to your house, right? So now you got a dog or a cat. Some of y'all got birds and you treat them like kids. You treat them like family. Some of y'all pets are family members. So very touchy subject when you tell somebody you don't have kids, but you don't have pets. I don't do pets. Like, black brothers will quick to tell a woman they don't do children, but they won't tell a person, like, I don't do pets. And that's fine, you know what I mean? I think you should tell. Shout out to Lonnie. What up, Lonnie? I think you should tell a person and let them know if you don't do pets or not. So anyway, back to the situation. The video went viral. how the guy got killed and they pulled him out like a piece of dirt and shot him. All for a chain, I heard, the robbery. So the brother got online and he's doing his live stream and he's talking. So I clicked on this video and I purposely left a message and I said, your brother just died from doing a live stream, my brother, like in the car, like you still haven't learned, you know what I mean? So I said, somebody's gonna get salty because black folks are gonna get salty. A white person may agree with me. Their conscience is a little different on certain things, so they're probably gonna be like right on, or he probably won't even comment because he thinks it's like a black conversation. But I said in most cases, a black male's gonna go at me, and it's gonna be a sister that's a male worshiper. So one sister pops up there, and what did she say? She pops up there and as I knew, so they said, I got a comment, and this one big mouth pops up, and she says, so was the brother wrong, guilty of a crime for a long live stream? You sound so stupid. So I just said, yeah, I'm actually stupid, sister. Thank you for your encouraging words. The reason why I said that is because if I call this bitch ugly or trash you ugly black bitch or whatever, for me as a black man, she heard that already. That's why she responded the way she did. And I don't mean she heard it like somebody called her that. The concept of a simple thing. Your brother was in the car doing a live stream. Nigga, now you're driving doing a live stream. So you're driving, doing a live stream, and you don't even know if the person next to you is holding a gun up to your head. And you're still out here pandering with your emotions, all the above. So I want people to be enlightened to know where the black woman is vulnerable to certain things, and that's why she doesn't achieve a lot of her goals because of her vulnerability. She wants to argue in nature, and you can't do that. That's like asking, how come pit bulls are more vicious than a chihuahua or more deadlier, right? Why are alligators deadly? Why are most animals in the wild deadly? To understand nature is to understand a mode of biology, right? So, now we have these rip currents going on right now with this hurricane. Like it's something different now. Like it's not about the whole mode of us having these bad storms. Now shout out to Don P. Now we got to worry about the rip currents, and the rip currents are getting real big since Malcolm Jamal Warner died. Now people are like, yo, this is no joke. So the black woman, or black people for that matter, we so quick to judge what we don't know. And even when it's in our face, we still judge what we don't know. That's why I don't get into conversations about celebrity sleuth, stuff like that. I don't get into stuff like that because I already know the person's not going to know what they talk about. I purposely put that comment down because I know somebody's going to respond and trying to, bash me. So to bash her back, number one, you're going to lose your Facebook page because you can't say nothing crazy back. She's going to antagonize me, then she's going to report me, So you sometimes hitting people with the truth has to be done in a classy manner. And my prayers go out to the man. My prayers go out to the people that still didn't learn the lesson and say, hey, man, I'm going to chill with that shit. Whether it's going out to clubs or hookah lounges. We just had 11 people get shot in Brooklyn, New York, 2-3 days ago. 3 people got killed. 2 of them were gunmen, so fuck them, they're worthless. But the one particular person in there, one of the gunmen was 19 years old. Like, I don't know what part of the game y'all understand, but I don't party with teenagers. I don't like doing nothing with teenagers, you understand? Because them niggas is dangerous, stupid as fuck. All right. And I don't want no validation from a teenager at all. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. So when y'all talk about the whole mode of dealing with people's kids, a woman that got kids, I don't give a fuck if she got kids, just as long as the niggas is sleeping. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? I don't care. But I also know that when people don't know, they act out, right? So this conversation is going to be real intense because I'm about to break down a nature, not only for women to be aware But I want men to understand I'm watching you. You know, you guys are doing a lot. You know, I've seen a couple of y'all going through some situations with close heart attacks this year. I had 3 friends close to that. Stress. You don't talk about things, you know, when you should be crying in the shower, you know. When you're in the shower, the bathtub, whatever you do, cry. Go in there and cry and let it out. Because the world right now doesn't really know what's going on, but I know what's going on. So we're going to break this down, man. So I appreciate everybody showing up here. God damn, I appreciate it. So the first thing is this. We started this conversation about, you know, women should never let a man know she's single. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. There's a couple of reasons, but the main reason. Never let a man know you're single. Always let him know that you got somebody. He works harder that way. A man's going to think more about respecting you because he don't want to step over the guy, especially if the nigga's a thorough nigga. If a man knows your man is thorough and he think that you would tell him, he's going to be real careful what he says to you. You understand? The only time he may not feel a motive, you know, threat is if you do that. You understand? But when you're a single woman, you are the vulnerable at the highest level, especially as a black woman. Because you still haven't learned the male anatomy. You still don't know the male anatomy. You understand? Don P says, yes, I'm in Crown Heights. I heard about that. Yeah, you in Crown Heights. So that shit is in your hood. This is the thing, my brother. I don't fuck with nigger spots at all. I'm done with that. Okay? Unless I could look into a window and see everybody in there dancing their ass off because it's hot and sweaty because niggas is dancing, which would be a dream from 25, 30 years ago, I'm not walking in there. Because the problem is now you got the bum nigga that's everywhere now. He's driving a Bentley, he's driving a Mercedes, he fucked everything up. He goes to lounges, he goes to parties, he's there. How in the fuck did they have this damn hookah lounge and a 19-year-old is in there? A 19-year-old girl shouldn't be in that shit. And if anybody's 19 in a place like that, should be a woman. Because maybe she got her ID. She could still come in at 18 and over 21 to drink. But I could see a woman trying to get in and it looks more mature. But what 19-year-old from this time wants to go to a club without no intentions on fucking destroying it? He's worthless because he's so emotional. So the more a man works in his emotion, he's useless. He's useless to you. If you're with a man and he doesn't bring out your vibrancy and make you feel better, you know what I mean? Shout out to little Crystal. What up, baby? He's useless. Because a man, and I'm talking to the man right now, this part I'm talking to the man. You as a man, your Mac, your game, your swagger is all supposed to bring it out in a woman. That's the point of your presentation, right? So you meet a woman, you have either a sense of humor, you have some game, you shoot this shit, this, that, and third. Like whatever it is, you have a goal within your nature to intrigue her. For you to find intriguing, that's the laws of the attraction, right? So you're supposed to give your presentation and she's supposed to be attracted. That's just how it goes. It's like the same way how you look at going out to dinner and then you should be entitled to get some pussy. That's in a dream world. But what's not a dream world is when you meet a woman, she's supposed to have an impression left on her. A good one. That's how you attract her. So she has an impression left in her. You walk away, she's like, wow, he's nice, whatever. So a lot of y'all men that's in relationships and marriages, this is shoot questions here because you're gonna have to. This is all the thing because I don't think men even understand how bad you're looking in your marriages and how bad you're looking in your relationships because you are not happy. And now you feel that you're entitled to be part of something and you're not. You feel that you're entitled to have the type of woman, but you know what I mean? That's a woman. A woman feels entitlement. She's a woman. She knows her value. She's not going to accept it. You're a dirty fucking old man. All you need is the pussy. So just relax. You understand? That's the harsh truth. So when there's situations, woman, I'm talking to you, when you see a man going through depression, dragging women on social media, because what's happening is a woman's presentation and impression is supposed to uplift the man. So your natural nature as a woman, the true prize is now when he's having sex with you, that is going to bring out his manhood, right? But if a man's not getting you, he's not getting the cookie, he ain't getting no ass, he ain't getting no pussy, you know what I mean? He's going to be a very, very depressed man, and he's going to act out. It's like, you know, you got an alligator that didn't eat all day, and the kids are playing with it. He's going to eat one of the kids, unfortunately. You know, I don't like to use that as an example, but you know what I mean? You got to understand natures and respect it. You got to know that when you're in the zoo, there's certain animals you can probably fuck around with, there's certain animals you can't play with. And black women, you have to understand the male nature. As much as you may, we don't need you to be a male worshiper because he don't respect you like that. You don't need to tell us the truth because we don't respect you like that. When you meet a man and you tell a man that you're single, never, ever, 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 ever let a man know that you are not with anybody. Never. Nobody, no man desires a single woman. That's not, the nature's not desiring, I want me a single woman, you know what I mean? Unless he got fucked over because everybody lied to him. But what man has that privilege that a woman lied to him about having a boyfriend? That would be a privilege, right? I got 2-3 women and I found out they had boyfriends all along. She didn't want me to know. I mean, you know what I mean? That sucks on him. Like she's fucking with me, you know what I mean? And all along I got something to tell you. I love you, but I do have a boyfriend I've been with. You know what I mean? That's not a loss. What is a loss is if I'm the boyfriend and now you got another side nigga because you stepping out on me. That's a problem. And a lot of y'all dealt with that. A lot of y'all are dealing with that, and you're failing. And you as a man, you're malnourished. You're not getting any woman. You're not getting any action. Nobody's paying you any mind. So it makes you very volatile and very depressed. And it should. You should feel worthless and useless if a woman doesn't pay you attention because you're useless. You should feel the way, oh, you know, a woman. If you're a single man, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. As a woman, if you're single, it's pathetic as well. So never tell a man that you're single. Always let him know you have somebody. Because I'm going to tell you why it's pathetic. If you put a man in a position to say, how come you're single? In the conversation, I don't care what answer you give him. He just fucked you in the ass. He just played you. How can a woman like you be single? How can a woman like you that's not married? He's insulting your intelligence by when he says that. Always let him know you got somebody. He'll respect you more. Men do not respect single women. If a man is married and he got 3 single women, he's living in a condo building, he's going to lie to them like a motherfucker. But the one woman he want to fuck with, if she got a husband or a boyfriend, believe it or not, he'll tell her the truth more. Because he feels that he could identify with her. You want to learn about a man, tell him you got a boyfriend. Tell him you live with your man, y'all going through something. He'll say, well, I got a girl too. You're lying. Well, no, I'm not doing it. I'll just tell a man the truth. Keep telling the truth. You're gonna end up with shit like that. You can't tell the truth. Because that's not in our nature. You understand? It's not in a male's nature to tell the truth. So we don't need your truth. You giving us your truth, you're putting yourself at risk. You're putting yourself in danger. Because what you're doing is you believe that the more you tell a man and keep it real, the more he'll respect you. That's great if you have a boss and your boss doesn't want you to lie. That's great. We're talking about working. Not in the real world. Men are not wired the way you are, okay? All right. So when you see a man that's single, it's similar to you because it's both pathetic. But if he gives you the impression he's single because he just got out of a relationship or he lost his wife or something like that, or his girlfriend, that's different. He has a story. He has what they call a lullaby. You cannot tell a man that you're single and there's any good reason, because it's going to work against you. You tell him that you got out of a bad relationship, he's going to be this next bad person. You tell him that, men ain't shit and you can't find a decent man. No matter what, you're not single because you just wanted to go fuck some men. Even that is not your nature. It's not your nature to be a whore. It's not your nature to sleep with multiple men. That's not a woman's nature. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? A man's nature is unlike your nature. So for you to use your nature and try to inflict that nature onto you and tell yourself this is how things should be or what a man is, no woman could tell a man to be a man. Only a man can do that. It's a different language. If a man tells us how to be a man, we're going to take that. But we could always say, you ain't a man. That's like a woman that doesn't have children, right? And tells another woman what she should do with her kids. You know what they're going to say? Well, you don't have kids, you won't understand. Which is bullshit, because she does understand. She's still a human being. But just for the fact she doesn't have kids, they judge her for somebody less. That's how we're wired, right? Or an older woman that has kids, 40s, 50s, 60s years old, what does she know? Kids change things then. But you would listen to a person that had kids within your age group or something a little more, right? Right. Okay. So with a man, when men start getting on the internet and on social media and say, y'all niggas need the wise, y'all niggas looking crazy, and start dragging all these corny ass influencers, the Omar, I don't know what happened right now. I think Cuba Gooding's brother and what's his name? Cameron was going through something. Like, Cameron is a AAA clown, top tier fucking cornball. 50 Cent is a cornball. Joe Budden's a cornball. Nelly's a cornball. All these niggas is cornballs. Now, a woman will be like, why they are cornball? Because you ain't got their money? Right. I ignore that. Because she's taking it from a misogyny level. So now you have the man that's a dick rider. He's taking it from a dick rider perspective. But a real nigga's going to get what I'm talking about. And that's all that matters. So there's a small amount of that. And I'm aware of that. So you have a nature, and you have to look at the motive saying, why do they have the Kai Cenats, the Camerons, and all these different, shout out to Chris, shout out to Mike Ben, why do they have all these different influences in our communities and they do successful? Why do we have the Sexy Reds? Why do we have the Lizzos? Why do we have the Chris Browns? Why do we have, shout out to K-Beauty, why do we have all these different elements to be leaders in our community that are doing well numerically and streaming crazy, making money? Because that's the influence they want you to have. As long as those are your influences, it makes you vulnerable to the truth. You get it? So what I want to break down here is, ladies, when you out here and you move it around, don't live in your truth with a man. Don't share that with him. Keep the truth to yourself. You know what it is. Don't share it with a man. Keep the truth to yourself. That's all that matters. You don't owe a man the truth. You know what I mean? If you think, well, I wouldn't want nobody, it doesn't work like that, Tim, because we're not going to ever tell you the truth. We can't. Men that tell the truth don't get women. Niggas that lie get them. So it's not in his nature to not only not tell you the truth, but now he has a nature because he has a fix and it has to be met. Has to be met. Okay? He has to have a woman. A man biologically, here it goes. Now, I'm warning you. Hold on. I thought he said so much I learned through Cameron and Mace was staples in New York. I had no idea. All them niggas is clowns. That's not New York. Cameron's a fucking goofball. Mace is gay. Mace is one of Diddy's first boyfriends. The only difference is Diddy's in jail and nobody's talking about it. I know this for a fact. Cameron knows it. Cameron talked about how he went into that penthouse that Diddy used to have back in 1997 up there on Park Avenue, and he seen a bloody dildo in the bathroom. And how he approached Mace about it because Mason and Diddy was living in the house. You understand? So all these things have been put out there already. What y'all are looking at is influencers. And the more you look at them, you take them in, then it's another distraction. If you look at the Fat Joe show and Jada, that's a distraction. Because now you say in your mind, yo, I want to get a podcast, and now we could get successful. And now everybody has a podcast, and all niggas is doing on podcasts is telling, squealing and ratting on each other. It's just one big rat family. You know, niggas is getting locked up through Facebook, so you know the feds are having a field day on, you know, when they call Vlad, Vlad is working for the feds. No, it's the feds watch Vlad TV. Why wouldn't they? It's called intelligence, right? So any information that a person could talk about, most people get on a podcast, they're going to talk about their business. So you as a woman, when you're walking the streets of New York City or anywhere, and a man approaches you, and you're a nice-looking woman, and he finds that you are single, with your own crib, your own car, you live by yourself with no roommate, you are a target. That's all you are. Okay? If this nigga's married and you don't know it, you're a target because he's not going to tell you that. If you was in a relationship where you had a nigga, he would tell you, well, I'm married too. Because now he feels relatable because you have somebody, he's going to tell you he got somebody. This is the unfortunate game because we have a thing that's against us because this is a biological thing in the bloodline. It's unfortunate. Men are animals. And you are the prey. And we have to eat. And every time we're hungry, we're going to have to eat. A lot of these brothers haven't eaten in 30 years. A lot of these brothers that's in relationships with women, they have everything on the outside, man, nice car, this, that, and the third, beautiful family. But he's getting all types of depressions, high blood pressure, drinking, smoking, doing all types of shit because he's using all these different alternatives to get away. You know what I mean? Shout out to Green Vegan. What up, baby girl? It's my baby. He's trying to get his mode of, if a man has a mission and it's not being met, he reacts. So you got to learn to read a man's energy, even your husband or boyfriend. Oh, and a man's not touching me, he must be touching somebody else. No, that's not true. That's how your nature is. You have a guilty thing to fuck 2, 3 niggas at the same time, black woman. Oh, I think like a man. No, you don't think like a man. The day you could go suck a man's dick and come home and kiss your husband like nothing ain't happened and feel great about it, you don't have the mindset of a man. A man could think like that and feel great. He could go eat his kid's teacher's pussy and ass and come home and feel amazing and do more for you. Well, what if he's weak? If he's weak, he's gonna go tell you he did it. Now, you may look at it, well, that's not weak. He's telling the truth. It is weak. Any man that tells on himself is more dangerous than any man. Nobody wants to be around him. He tells on himself. You tell on yourself, you tell on anybody. So I hate to say this, but you got it all wrong. Green Vegan, we was talking about a video that was up in the membership today, and it had I had this 50 plus women with a guy half her age, and he talk about how he can't stop fucking her, and he always, all he got to do is come home once the panties is off, he throwing it right in. Do you know that the man in that age group doesn't even do that to his own wife? He doesn't do that. You could look at a married couple right now. Just tell me the age, and I'll tell you what they're not doing. But I'll tell you one thing, that the wife is being neglected. Because she's supposed to be getting all that from one man. He's supposed to be getting that shit from multiple women. Now he's with one woman, paying bills, working, busting his ass. He has to have an out. What's his out? Well, Nate, his out is this, camping. That's not an out. Give me a real out. Is he on drugs? Is he an alcoholic? Is he a gambler? Okay? Because if he's not, he's going to be depressed. He has to seek one thing. Tell me right now, is he getting any pussy? Is he happy? Oh, that, and are you sure he's happy? That motherfucker's happy. That nigga come home cleaning, cooking. Sometimes he's all over the world. Well, why is he happy? Now you got to find out why. What made him that way? Is that drugs, alcohol, or pussy? You as a woman going to think, oh my God, I hope it's not pussy. Oh no, you better hope it's drugs. I mean, excuse me, you better hope it's not drugs. You better hope that shit is pussy. You better hope it is. Because there ain't no Pussy Anonymous club out here. Okay, any man that's getting some ass on the side or doing whatever he do, which is not going to be your nature, mind you, but it's his nature. That's his nature. Every man on earth, all men, whether he's straight or gay, his nature is not to be, he can't crawl in a one hole for the rest of his life. That's why these niggas are getting sick, catching diabetes, blood pressure's high. Niggas is having heart attacks, ain't even fucking 40 years old. Because they're depressed and stressed out. You don't know because you think everything is good. They got the beautiful house. I don't believe this. This is some misogynistic thing. Yeah, okay. You want to set them up? How you going to do that? You can't play a woman that you are not. You got a fine girlfriend that he never met. Let her push up on him and see what the fuck he does. See if he don't knock that shit down. He don't. Well, if he doesn't, if I don't find out he's sneaking behind my back, he's doing me dirty. No, he's not doing you dirty. He's doing you dirty if he tells you. He won't tell you because he loves you. That's why he won't tell you that. Why would he do that, fool? You can't interpret your nature with his nature. When you meet a man randomly, never let him know, always let him know you got somebody. He'll do more. He'll expect less. Nigga ain't worried about you cooking and cleaning and scrubbing his ass if you fucking got a boyfriend. If you're, don't tell him you're dating. Well, Nate, what if I tell him you're dating? No, that's not good. Never tell him that you're dating. Because then you might as well just tell him you're single. It's the same shit. When we say we're dating, that means we got somebody. When you say you're dating, that means you're single. You get it? If we tell you we have somebody, it's because you told me you have somebody. When we tell you we're married, because you told me you're married. You first. That's how we do it. You meet a woman, listen, I just want to say I am taken, but we definitely could connect. Me and my man's on the outs or whatever. You and your wife could have just got married yesterday. He gonna tell her, well, you know what? Me and my wife's on the outs too. We just been married for 2 days. No matter what you do, you were never gonna win this topic with me, ever. You could never win because you don't know the nature. Oh, you could tell me you got your brothers, my father. I don't give a fuck what your father taught you. Because if your father taught you the male nature, you would never be going at me like that. I know it hurts. I know you may feel a type of way, but it's the truth. Every man that's in a marriage, when you see a shitty marriage, it's because the man ain't getting no ass. or he got caught getting some ass. It's one or the other. Either he got caught and she knows about it, the marriage is shaky, or he ain't getting it and he's fucking miserable because he's trying to please her. Nobody pleases anybody and does well unless you have a service. Your mission is to please. You have a service. You provide a service for your clients and you have to please them. Yes, you do. You have to make sure your prices are good. You have to know you apply the service, etc. As a boyfriend and girlfriend, a man has a responsibility to bring out your vibrance and enhance your energy. That's his purpose. If he's not doing that, he's useless. So you as an older woman, for example, you may be fucking a younger nigga. We had a video about that whole situation with the older guy. And most of y'all may look at it like the men are going to be pissed because they're like, well, damn, fuck that old bitch. Nobody want her anyway. But he don't realize that that's why the young nigga's fucking her, because you don't want her. You want a woman half her age. Instead of him being inspired, saying, damn, because the average older man ain't fucking no older woman correctly. Because he wants all men want a younger girl. So when I showed the video, it was for you to get that impression and learn that. But once again, it went over your fucking heads. I started doing YouTube in 2013. I used to do street interviews way before TikTok was even invented. My goal was to show men how approachable, unapproachable women are. Beautiful women, stink-looking women. Women that just don't look approachable. Nobody picked up on that. So they started leaving comments, oh man, she's nice, she's this. They weren't even getting inspired. Nobody was like, yo, bro, I seen one of your videos, nigga. Now I'll be approaching everything I see. Well, the thing is this. If I show you something and you're not getting the nourishment or the education, then I'm useless to you. You get it? So you have to look at the situation and say, if you look at every married couple as inspiring, what's your purpose of living? What are you inspired from? A facade? That's all it is, a facade. The goal of a marriage is the same goal that a man should have when he meets a woman, to bring out and enhance her vibrancy, right? If a man's in a relationship or a marriage and he can prove to society, especially now in the social media world, that he's doing this and doing that, y'all suck it all up, his mission was accomplished. That's the goal. They don't tell you that him and his wife sit in the bed every night, lay down, and he don't even want to fuck her no more because he got his eyes on something else. Versus if he was fucking something else, he probably be fucking his wife. They don't tell you that. You think because he's not touching her, because that's what works for you as a woman, you're not dealing with a man, you're not touching, once you screwing another man on the side, you don't want to touch your husband no more. Not a man. A man's different. A man will get more enhanced by, goddamn, I got some new pussy. My wife look like new meat now. Sometimes new pussy will make your fucking relationship better. You just not supposed to know it. Because remember, his goal as a man is to make you feel like number one, make you feel amazing. So when you see Cher and all these older women and Madonna with younger men, it's because younger men biologically have a better passion for an older woman than an older man with an older woman. That's a fact. You're not going to have a man, you're not going to be 74 years old and a 75-year-old man is going to be all over your ass. I promise you. That same energy he has to give you, which he's going to fail on because you're going to feel old being around him because he's not going to give you that. He got to fuck a woman nearly his goddamn granddaughter's age just to be into her. So now she's neglected. What's she's going to do? She may think her pussy's worthless. He don't want it. He don't fuck me no more. Then she fucks this young whippersnapper and she's doing all this crazy, freaky shit because this nigga's bringing out vibrancy. He making her vibrant, alive, connecting with her. Damn, I never thought nobody fucked me like this. I thought it was all over because I was old. Because that old man said that she was old. Meanwhile, his pace was in that fucking 19-year-old's pussy box. So Understanding the nature of a man is to really know the nature of what a woman is, because it's the opposites, and that's why they tell you opposites attract. Opposites don't mean he's fat and she's skinny. That doesn't mean that. Opposites mean that men are man and woman are woman. That's all. That's what attracts. And that's natural. Two men, oh, a man should love you. That's not natural. That's not nature. Something's wrong with that. Respectfully. That's not normal. And I know they don't like when I say that, especially the community, but it's not. It's not normal for a man to be attracted to another man. Something is wrong. There's something wrong with that water. You as a woman looking at another woman and saying, damn, I want to eat her pussy. That's not normal. It's not even normal that you want to suck a man's dick. Sucking dick is for gay men. That's their thing. Now, I'm not going to sit there and tell you as a man that I don't mind a woman sucking my shit. I'm just saying that's who created that. They're the original dick suckers. Yes, when a woman sucks a man's dick, yes. Oh, it feels amazing. Oh, my God, look at how beautiful she is. Yes, I love it too. I'm not going to lie. However, you can't just do that with anybody. Because when he get his dick sucked from you, he tells the whole fucking world. When another man do it, he ain't going to tell no fucking body. How backwards is that? He'll throw the woman down. He'll throw the woman and put the shit up on Pornhub. Not when that fucking down low man, not when he fucking that down low man, he suck his dick, and he do it better. He'll never tell a soul. Pay attention. So all the things that you think about don't work, and that's why you're still single. Because a man will work harder for you as a man when he knows you got somebody. Let me give you a good example. I was around my neighbor today. True story. My wife's on the phone with me, right? So I got the headset on. My neighbor lives next door. My neighbor's a nice looking woman, right? My next door neighbor. Now, I was wondering today, she looked a little like, damn, why is she looking so good today? Until my wife told me, right? Thank you, Chaos Rain. So what happened was she comes outside and she's like, hey, do you have any, she says, Corey, they know me as Corey, is your water brown? I'm like, no. She said, yeah, because my water's brown and I think they're doing construction around the corner. I'm like, really? So she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, let me walk over there where she's walking, because I'm like, now I'm on the phone with my wife at this point, but my wife, I'll tell you that part. So the woman, I take a walk with her like half of the block, like probably like 100 feet. So I walked it in. I said to myself, if I see DEP, which is Department of, DEP, Environmental Protection, so that's the people that work in the sewers. If I see that white, if anybody live in New York, the white with the green and blue stripe, then I know that it's a legit situation. So we walked around the corner. I'm looking, I'm like, there's your problem. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like she was lying. I'm like, DEP got the orange cones in the street. They're over there drilling. So she said, I'm going to go over there and find out what's going on. Because, all right, cool. So I didn't want to overkill and walk with her over there. You know what I mean? I thought, okay, cool. But let me not leave her. Now, I know this is going to look bad on my wife now because I'm in the fucking driveway talking and doing other shit, but I didn't want to leave her because I'm like, at this point, like, all right, she's coming. I'm sending her off to go over there. She's doing it. But by the time she comes back, she's going to let me know, right? So she comes back over and she's talking and boom, boom, boom. And, she's like, yeah, they said that it was them. They said, don't turn the water on to hot for like a half hour, but it's going to be all cleared up in a half hour. So I'm like, really? I said, brother told you that? She said, no, this is why you do whatever. So I'm like, yo, that's good. So somehow we got into a conversation and she said something about something. I'm like, listen, you can't let none of this shit bother you. So she ended up plopping the seat. Like, now it's like, all right, fuck it, let me talk to the dude for a minute. Now she's telling me she works from home, this, that, and the third. She talks about her husband a lot. Now let me tell you the difference with an average man. An average man does not feel he has a chance with a woman that is married. Once we meet a woman, I'm married. Oh, sorry, no, right, fellas? Automatically, even me. You know what I mean? If you talk, hey, how you doing? No, I'm good, sweetie. I'm married. I'm like, oh, my bad. We don't want to even touch that. But a lot of men don't know whether she's telling the truth or not, we respect you more automatically. Because if you're single, we feel you're thirsty. Just generally speaking. So as I'm talking to her, we're talking. She's talking about moving. She's like, so-and-so, I ain't gonna say her husband's name, that's my man or whatever. He wanted to move out here and boom, boom, boom. I'm like, nah, like you ain't gotta do that. Don't sell your house. You know what I mean? I'm telling her, she said, I said, don't sell. The investment of owning a house is building the equity up and the property up for your offspring. You know what I mean? You have 2 daughters. That's what I'm telling her. She's like, oh, I didn't think about it. I said, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to move, you know what I mean? Like she said, but we don't know where we're going to rent it out. I said, that's easy. Just get a management company and throw some Mexicans in it, whatever. Whatever it was, I'm letting her know. Now, you know what I mean? You don't have to make this a stressful situation. So she said, and I said, well, where would you go? Think about where would you go now? Because you're vulnerable now. You could just be moving anywhere, and now you move out there, you're going to be miserable. Well, my mother, wherever I go, my mother got to come with us. I'm like, okay, that's good. So your mom's got to come with you, so that's another thing. You know what I mean? You don't just want to get a nice house and the air conditioner's blowing all day and you go outside or you live in Arizona, it's 150 degrees. You got to really think about, okay, you may not like things that's happening in our community, but it could be a lot worse. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's not as serious. It's going to be serious to you because you're working from home. You know what I mean? So you're not able to see the things that you need to really, you know what I mean? So she's like, yeah, so we talking. Now, at this point, my wife just hung up the phone. So I know I'm going to hear about that later because I didn't want to say to her, let me call you right back, because she's going to be like, you getting off the phone with this bitch? You know how women are, right? So you get me off the phone, you in the middle. There was no way. So I'd rather her hang up because she knows I'm the mayor, so I talk to everybody, so she hangs up the phone. I know I'm going to hear about this shit later. So as I'm talking, I'm thinking about, well, you know what I mean? And as a man, I'm like, damn, that motherfucker's nice looking. She's looking good. She had her braids, you know what I mean? But I'm not engaging in her face because I didn't want to stare at her because that stare can go to the husband. You got to be careful with that. Sometimes a stare, if you looking at a woman in her face and y'all got a strong connection, that kind of could go out the bag. Now, again, this is all, I'm how y'all call it research. I'm doing experiment, right? So we're talking for like a good half an hour, 40 minutes. That's a long time. You know what I mean? So she's looking at the clock. I'm like, all right, so listen, then. So yeah, it's this. I want to tell, so-and-so what you said, her husband. I'm like, yeah. So on the average person will say, as a man, on average, you like, she ain't married, she ain't thinking about me. The wife is gonna beg to differ. She like, oh, you a slick ass nigga, right? She said, oh, so she came out with her braids today, because she usually don't have her braids. She usually got her shit looking crazy. So she's like, so what happened? I said, nah, she was saying there was some brown water in the house. She said, we ain't got no brown water here. I'm like, yeah, remember, she got 2 different sewer lines. We on the corner, you on down here. So she's like, what happened? I said, well, she went down to the DEP guy, and she said, and you waited for her. The fun part is she said, oh, so you waited for her to come back. I'm like, yeah, I did. I mean, I didn't want to leave her. She's walking over there, and I got to have some mode of like, yo, is everything all right? But I didn't want to walk over there with her. I thought that was overkill. So she's laughing, right? So I said, you know what's funny? It's amazing, because this is what we do. The things I can tell her about a man, which my wife is very, because we have these conversations, I talk to her about it. Like all the shit I'm talking about, she knows. But every now and then she surprises me with shit that she's gonna know from woman to woman. Remember that song, From Woman to Woman? There's a certain thing that women just know and they can pick up. Now to me, from a male perspective, I didn't pick up nothing. But I can see how she picked up. There's a little more talked about in the conversation. I'm just paraphrasing, but to learn a woman knows a woman's nature, and you don't question it. But women have to stop questioning a male's nature. Don't question his nature. He can't do anything about that. That's like your car getting in a flood and it's a storm. An insurance company saying, well, what happened? I'm like, I drove through the street and the fucking water came into the car. The car's a total loss. Why? Mother Nature. That's it. There's nothing they can do. They can't question Mother Nature. I don't give a fuck if they think that you drove into this bitch purposely. It's a flood. Mother Nature. No, they got to write off. Did the water come into the car? Yes, it's over. You see some of these little viral videos where they're pouring the whole buckets of water, or they're in a car wash and the water's coming into the car. That car is finished. Especially if it's a late model, because now the water, you got to remember, a lot of the computers is under the car, like under your seat, under the carpet, under your gas pedal, back seat, your trunk. Once water gets into, that's it. So now it mildews, it gets rusty, and then you're going to have problems later. So my point is understanding that nature of Mother Nature is not to question it. It's God's work. What can we do? So as a man is born with some great qualities. There's certain things that he's born with as a man, and certain things that you are your womanhood, and you have eggs at a young age, and your woman are having a period, and developing this. But he develops also, and once he develops into his puberty stage allows him to enhance and embrace his sexual desires. And it may not be meeting to yours unless you have a connection, right? So you meet this man, you do him, he do you, that's great. But could you really understand the real male nature? No, you can't. And that's why he doesn't talk about it. That's why he lies. That's why he makes up a million excuses. And that's why when he gets depressed and stressed out, he doesn't know. Let me give you a real good situation. A friend of mine was just here. This cat is not even, I don't think he's 40 yet. His wife has an illness. As a result of this is a lot on him. He moved out of his mom's house. They used to share the one side of the house where he had the house and they rented the one side. When I tell you he was healthier then, he had less stress, less overhead. This is a man that probably his bills are like $10,000, $12,000 a month. That's what he's putting out. And bills. Just imagine paying $10,000 to $12,000 a month in bills, mortgages, car notes, other personal loans, credit cards. $12,000 a month, right? So obviously he's making good money. Let's say he makes $15,000 a month, $20,000 a month. Wife is stressed out because she has a sickness. Nobody knows what it is. He's stressed out because he's a doctor now and nobody knows what's going on. He loves his wife, but he can't say why him because it's not about him. But who does he talk to? He's holding that in as a man. It's in a male nature to hold that stuff in because it's considered feminine if he talks about it. So he holds that in. Now he's a heavy smoker, a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. The nigga comes in and tells me, in the middle of July, he was in his home and they just got back out of dinner because the wife doesn't cook often now because she has an illness and he doesn't know how to cook. So he has to eat out. So they eat out a lot. So when you see it, he put on a lot of weight. He said they were having a good day and him and his wife was arguing about something, but he's like, whatever. And she's folding clothes in the room and he walks down the stairs and he gets to the top of the stairs, about to go down the stairs, and he falls. He says his eyes went up, but he looking this way. You know what that means, right? His eyes were looking up, but he's looking straight. He sees the ceiling and boom, falls. All he can remember is his wife trying to wake him up, call the doctor. I think somebody gave him aspirin, some shit. So he said his chest was feeling real tight, like to the point where it was like crazy. So I'm like, when the fuck did this all happen? So he's like, July 27th, 17th, something like that. Not even a month ago. So as he's talking, I say, you know me, I'm like, well, what do you feel what's this? Was this a heart attack? They said it wasn't a heart attack, but they said probably it's a panic attack. What was it? He said, well, his blood pressure was up. I said, blood pressure was up. Do you have blood pressure issues? Yes, I'm on blood pressure medication. I said, how long was this? He said, like 2 years, day and night. I said, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't go cold turkey on the cigarettes. I'm still smoking cigarettes, but they said there's a little lesion on my lung. My wife tried to say it's the cigarettes. I'm like, oh yeah, probably is, but whatever. I'm listening. Through all this, I said to him, I said, let me ask you a question, man. Where did this all come from? He said, stress. I said, stress of what? Now, as a man, I'm aware of what a man is not doing in extracurricular activities because he wants to be. Men get married a lot of times to please their wife. Like, I don't want to be a douchebag. You deserve me. You deserve that. Whatever, whatever. Yeah, that's what he had. He had a stroke. Thank you, Eric. So, when I tell you this conversation just happened, he just left here right before this live stream. So I said, because he does a lot of work in the house, so he got shit here to do. So I said, but stress from what? Well, my wife and, the long COVID situation, because long COVID, so that's what he says, is this new illness now that's starting to get crazy, and she has all these bad symptoms and nothing's helping, not even the treating. He was telling me after certain drugs they got to take for her body will react so bad. If she takes one pill, they got to cut it up in like 4 pieces just to see how her body, it's crazy. So now he has to be, he has to be the nurse of the house. How's a man going to be nursing? And most men, that's not his nature. His mother nurses him. When they was living at home with their mother and father, the mother could have helped out the daughter because women are nurturing, right? Just that's in their nature. So I said, okay, so you got the multiple cars, you got this new house that you got built up from the floor up. What do you do as an out? He says, work. I'm like, I'm saying to myself, that's not an out. So he says, well, what are they saying now? You know what I mean? So he's got to lose the weight because he put on a lot of weight. He has to lose the weight. There's a blockage. He says there's a blockage in his lungs. And in order for him to never had a health issue in his life, but in order for this blockage to clear, he has to lose weight. So now it's imperative that he has to get on a diet and lose this weight now because it could kill him. Got a 10-year-old son. I think the daughter's 5. And he starts crying. Because as he's telling me the story, he had such a premature, young experience that he almost died. Even then, he's still trying to be macho to me, but he started crying. And I like that because I'm like, all right, cool. We brothers, you know what I mean? He's not black, but he's still my brother. He's white. And as he's crying, I felt it because I said, he's crying because he almost died. He's not saying it, but that's why he's choking up. So he had a moment. So he said, you know what, Cor? He calls me Cor. He said, I cry in the shower now, bro. You know what I mean? And I said, well, you're supposed to. No, he said that first, and then he cried later. I'm sorry. So he said he cries, well, you're supposed to. As a man, they tell you you're supposed to cry, my brother, because if you don't get it off, that's bad for your heart. So now think about this. You're not crying. You have no out. There's nothing. There's nowhere to go. You got all these collectible cars and them shits are sitting there because you're working and busting your ass because you got tons of fucking bills. Your wife can't work. She's not even independent now because her body is weakened. So now you're dealing with these things as if you have a wife that's like 90 years old. and unhealthy. You know what I mean? Like there's some healthy night deals. So I asked him, I said, man, let me ask you a question. I said, from man to man, you have extracurricular activities, right? And your answer is work. Now, mind you, I didn't violate him and ask him, personal thing. I just said, let me get this straight. Your extracurricular activities with all this stress, this ain't the Archie Bunker days where you could go to the bar and sit there because you didn't want to go home. You can't do that now because everything is bad for you. All this alcohol back then in the Archie Bunker days was more pure. So some of it was actually somewhat healthy. You know what I mean? It wasn't as bad for the liver. Now you got all these chemicals to make shit last, and you know what I mean? As you know, nothing's authentic anymore. So me as a man, I'm like, this man is trapped. He has no out. Ladies, I must warn you what I'm about to say. He ain't getting no pussy. That's why he's sick. You're enduring all these things in your body. You can't even get it out. Now, you probably watch this mad porn. No. Masturbation's only good for your to clear your prostate and all, and keep the tunnel going so you could avoid, what's the name of the cancer? What's the name of the cancer? Testicle cancer and all that. That's good for that. Even when you finish beating off, you're going to feel like a loser because you ain't got a woman. Let me tell you something right now. As a woman, never tell a man that you're 100% single. Let him open up and tell you the truth. You want to learn the truth about a man? Number one, you're learning the truth on one end, okay? He needs sex. He needs a woman. So when he's approaching you, as crazy as it may sound, fill him on to being delighted, because at least you're desired. But don't be vulnerable, because when you're vulnerable, that's when we're going to fucking lie to you. Because now you're single and you're stupid. You don't know me. Y'all know a lot about me from the platform, so you know the mindset, so you're aware of that. But I'm speaking in terms, you're meeting me, I'm coming out the subway, you're coming out there. Hey, what's your deal? I'm new in the neighborhood, you're single. Really? New in the neighborhood and single, no family? Oh, I just moved here from Texas. Oh, perfect. She's a fucking fool. If you knew his nature, you would never tell him. You always let him think you got somebody. Let him know that you live with your brother. You moved here from Texas, me and my brother. But we moved to New York because he just came home from a fucking murder rap. What happened to him? He killed 5 people. Why? I don't know. He's crazy. I guarantee that motherfucker ain't gonna want to go to your place. Niggas barely want to go to your place when you live in a hood. Some of y'all want me to be like, oh, now I live in a nice area. No, tell him you live in a fucking ghetto. He respected more. Because now he knows that when he got to bring you home, he got to get it there before it's too fucking late. You out here trying to, we do the impressing, not you. Don't ever try to impress a man but where you live at. We not impressed by that. You are. And you're supposed to be. Back to my man, I'm telling you right fucking now, there's only one natural essence that would alleviate that stress. Now again, well, Nate, people shouldn't get married. Again, when you're marrying a man, when you're in a relationship with a man, when you're dating a man, understand his nature. It's not his nature to have one woman. It's not his nature to crawl into one pussy hole for the rest of his fucking life. It's not in his nature. They put men in jail. They don't take away his freedom. They take away his manhood. He can't reproduce. If they lock 5,000 black men up in one jail, all right, maybe 30 of them motherfuckers get conjugal visits. That's nothing. Niggas in there, he's doing fucking life. Well, they can't reproduce. That's all they're concerned about, the government. They don't want the black men to reproduce. They tell you, well, take a man's freedom away. What freedom? They got computers in jail. They got social media in prison. They work in prison. They can't have sex with a woman in prison. You can fuck a man. They co-sign that. They got condoms and lube in there. For free. Different textures. Ask the man, am I lying? He'll tell you. Ask anybody that been to jail, do they have condoms in there? And then ask them why. It's for the inmates, the male fucking inmates, so they fuck each other. They don't got condoms in there with the woman. There's no condoms in a female jail. So to understand this layout is quite sickening, but you have to be aware of it. Now, you have the Muslims, you got all these Muslim dudes. Why these niggas got 10 wives for? With 30, 40 kids. They be busting their ass. These niggas be owning bodegas, all types of shit. Happier than motherfucker. 30 kids with 10 wives. You ever look at a man that got one kid with one woman and 3 fucking babies and ain't touched no other pussy in 40, 50 years? If that nigga's happy, he touch pussy. It's impossible. It's not in his nature. You could fight it. You could challenge it. Ain't a man gonna say that's a lie, but you will. A man never went against me with that, ever. He won't. He can't. Because I'm a man. I know his nature. Okay, I know what ticks and talks. You don't. You have to research and ask somebody. We could be strangers in the street. A woman passed by, I could tell you what he's thinking about her. Oh, my friend's husband is not like that. Oh, yes, the fuck he is. It's in his nature. He dreamed about it and seen it the same way I did. God damn, look at that. He's in America. You get a divorce, who gets fucking roasted? The man. You know why? Because they know he's going to fall. They know it. He gets destroyed in divorce court because they know he's going to fall. This motherfucker going to marry this goddamn woman for the rest of his life. He's 25. Okay. And he's rich. Oh, yeah, he's going to fall. There's no way that's going to happen. Yeah, Robert De Niro's 87 years old, has a young woman, has a kid. Yeah. That's called settling down at that age. When a man is with one woman, it slows down. It's a big difference. And when he slows down his natural habitat, he's going to be a disaster. You ever watched a fish out of water? You ever seen a seal, or a whale on a fucking beach? Push them back in the water and see what happens. Push you back in the water, you'll drown. All these rip currents happening in New York right now, they warning us about the next couple of days. Ain't a fucking fish worried about that. But a human being goes in there, you're going to be Malcolm Jamal Warner in this bitch. That's not your natural habitat. That's not your nature. You're supposed to be on land. A fish can't be on land. They won't survive. Same way how you won't survive in the muddy waters, rough waters. You won't. So when he approaches you, what is the mentality? Well, you know what he wants. It's in his nature. Oh, my boss, he's a good person. Or my pastor, just remember it's in his nature. But my pastor wouldn't do that to his wife. He's worse. Because he's living in an illusion. He's not God. He's not God. He's man. Shout out to April. He's a man. So you're saying he's highly capable? Every man's highly capable. It all depends on how far he goes with it. Trust me, if my boy was telling me I had his side bitch and, you know, she's pregnant, that's stress. That could lead up to sicknesses too. But if that nigga had a little joint and he was busting that nut off every now and then, once or twice a week and some new pussy, trust me when I tell you, he wouldn't have none of them sicknesses. None of them. That's stress. And he don't got no out. You know what it means to not have an out? That means you take the waste and you put it right back in your body. That's like shitting in a toilet and taking the shit and putting it in your mouth back again. There's no out. You're letting it out and you put it right back in your bloodstream. You got to get it out. You got to get that cry out. You got to get that waste out, piss, shit. It has to come. That's why it's called waste. Where you going to get it off? Men, you know how it is when you bust a nut, you with that woman, God damn it. Oh, and you're hollering, yes. Oh, God, it feels so, and you feel fucking amazing. Once in a blue, you may beat off because you ain't jerk off in a long time. Maybe you beat off and you see a nice looking girl in the porn. You could shoot a nice one once in a blue, but that's about it. The next one's going to have to be a real woman. She could beat you off. You ain't even got to touch her. Just put your hands back and let her do it. Just as good. Because it's not self-pleasure at that point. Woman, it's in your nature to touch yourself. You could have self-pleasure and go to bed and sleep and have a great night's sleep. He'll be up all fucking night. It's not the same. He has to be inside something. I don't care what cars he drive. I don't care what house he got. I don't care how much money he ain't getting at a job. It doesn't matter. He helped you raising them 5 kids. Y'all been together for 30 years. I guarantee you he's going to look crazy. I can look at him and tell the difference. You can't see it because it's not in your nature to see that. The same way how my wife seen that whole shit play out. She's, well, goddamn, I know who I'm fucking married to. That's one fucking thing. She ain't no goddamn fool. Okay? She ain't never wrong about me. Because she knows me. The things I taught my wife, I never had a woman in my life I was able to tell her the things because she could deal with it. She wants to know. Most of y'all, I just disagree. And you fuck your lifeline. I ain't gonna tell this bitch nothing. She judges every fucking thing. And that's why we lie to you. Oh, I want a man to be transparent. That's not your nature. He can't be transparent. You're never gonna accept his nature. Ever. Until you could suck 7 dicks in one day and go home and kiss your husband, you could never understand what it is to look at a man in his face. That's okay, Sandra. People are listening, they apologizing. Hey, Nathaniel, sorry I've been working so much. How are you? I've been listening to your old videos. I love all the videos. Even been working here overnight. So, nah, it's all good. Shout out to Chris. God damn, I appreciate you, Chris. Apology accepted, darling. Just make sure you join the membership. Chris, thank you for that, brother. Thank you. Great topic today. Thoughts on a happy wife, happy life. You got to keep the wife happy. You can't deliver to the wife. How long are you going to deliver to the wife, man? Now, the woman will lie about that. She'll go to work. If she ain't been fucked in 2 goddamn years, she will never tell her girlfriends that. But let her tell that side nigga that and see what happens. See, a lot of shit y'all do, women, you got to understand it'll fuck you up. It's to our benefit. Once you tell a man, my husband don't fuck me no more, we know you're going to be a freak. Oh, forget it. That's new pussy to me. She's going to appreciate my dick. But once you tell us, well, you know, me and my husband go here and there, we may be like, On average guy ain't gonna go for that. He gonna be like, I'll leave her alone. She's into her husband. A pimp nigga gonna be like, shit, she talking about this husband all the time? That means she's ready to cheat. Oh yeah, you didn't know that? A woman that's constantly talking about her husband, that's just an illusion. To another man, a woman is talking to her husband all the time. To another man that's attracted to her, there's an attraction for him. She just hasn't told him that. She doesn't want to tell herself. That's why she keeps saying her husband. She's psyching herself to believe it. That's why she's mentioning him. Okay? If he a fly nigga, he'll pick up on that, what I just said. He knows that thing. Right, fellas? I'm telling you. If I approach a woman and we're in the store and she's talking about, because my husband and he did this and, we moved out here, believe me when I tell you, I could fuck that. Because if she's not interested, she's not going to talk to me about her husband at all. We're not going to be sitting there in the damn grocery line. You're not going to stand talking to a woman in the aisle of this store for a half a fucking hour. My wife would never come home and say, I was talking to this guy. You need to meet him. He's real cool. I kept telling him about you. Uh-oh. 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 Peep game. Your wife was talking to another man. I don't care if you went to school with this nigga, ex-boyfriend, ex-football player, ex-schoolmate. Y'all were talking for a half an hour, catching up. And you know the male's nature? Come on. That conversation, when you're unavailable, you cutting that conversation short. When you're not interested in that, I don't give a fuck if you went to school. Listen, it's good seeing you. Take care of yourself. Be well. Now you could get in the car. I just seen this dude I went to school with. What happened? Nah, I just was like, we talked for a quick minute. I was like, hey, take care of yourself. And that was it. You can't come in the car and say, bitch, what was you doing for a whole fucking half hour? Where you been? I was talking to one of my homeboys from school. I was telling him about your moving business. I'm going to be like, why was you talking to this nigga for a half a fucking hour? It's not like that. Oh, yeah, it is. Wow. Got to think about that. It's the nature. Women try to fight the nature. Man tries to fight his nature. He's horny. She's horny. Women conceal it. Men try to convince it. A woman knows how to, a woman's nature, she has to, because it's her nature. She has to hide it. But every time you see your neighbor, y'all talk and kick it, and y'all talk about the husband, go ask her for, when we gonna hang out one day? What you mean? I'm married. Come on, sister. Ain't nothing wrong for a little friendly drink. A little friendly drink. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, tell your husband, a little friendly drink. Well, it's friendly. But she knows he's not going to go for it. So she's like, you know what? Fuck the friendly drink. She may even meet you for the drink and he ain't going to show up because she knows she can't tell him that. But boy, this sounds exciting. This nigga hasn't, shit, I've been married to this nigga. He don't touch me no more. We just raise these kids. I'm bored as fuck. All I do is work. He ain't bringing out no vibrance. He ain't bringing no energy. They didn't even match your energy. They just roommates. She's not admitting it to herself. She can't tell him that because he'll know that she's doing bad. So she got to keep talking about her husband. Y'all chilling, a couple of drinks for the night. bugging out. Hey, I had a good time. She's feeling nice. She had a fucking ball. She's laughing. I had such a good time. I'm like, yo, I had a good time with you. We got to do this again. You know, I don't want to intrude. No, there's no intruding. She already trying to protect you from her. No, it's no intruding. I'm just saying, just, you know what I'm saying? So I just said, I wish I knew you 10 years ago. Damn, I would have saved you, darling. You would have, well, you know, not save you, but you would have learned a lot, you know what I mean? So next thing you know, you like, you know, don't worry about it. Now she goes home. She goes in the shower. She's like, damn, that fucking Nathaniel. I had a good time. We got to do this again. She wakes up feeling good. She's in a good mood. She doesn't even know why, because she was laughing all night. Now she tells the husband, oh, the neighbor's really cool. You guys should hang out. We should go out to them. We should go. You should come. Matter of fact, we should go with him and his wife. Yeah, we could do that. Because he ain't picking up on it. He ain't no player. God damn, we got another member in the house. God damn. Shout out to Initial Plans. April just became a member of the B Mindset. Boy, it's going to be exclusive. They just told me I got 967 uploads. YouTube told me I have 967 uploads. And only 10 of them videos, 3 live streams are available to the public. All the rest of them is on the membership. No trolls over there, baby. Y'all gonna love it because it's private. You have full access to everything. God damn, thank you. Love you, April. That's what we say. We say, I love you. Get used to that. I love you, Nate. I love you, April. I love you, LaCrystal. I love you, Green Vegan. All right? I love you, Sandra. I love you, Initial Plans. I love you, Chris. You know what I mean? It's love here. So let me finish with my story, goddamn. Wife comes out. Now she looking all, now she dressed all nice. Hair's up. Damn, you looking nice. Well, shit. Why, thank you. Don't try this at home. That's the disclaimer. Don't try this at home. She's looking good. I appreciated her. She's laughing. She's feeling sexy. She hasn't felt like this in a while. She's been married. What you think is going to happen? Now she has to say, how the fuck I'm going to fuck this nigga and be coherent? I got to drink something. What you drinking? I don't really drink. Oh, you drinking tonight, baby. You drinking tonight. All right? Waiter. They love this. Real. Listen, get the ladies anything she want. Well, I don't really. You want something sweet? Give her something sweet. Give her something sweet. Got you, no problem. I prefer to have a woman because the woman, it looks better when a woman gives a nice drink. You know what I mean? Bartender, give her something. She's feeling good. She's laughing. I got her cracking up. Boom, boom, boom. Fast forward. You know what I mean? They dancing in there. Boom, boom, boom. We in a bar. We just in a bar. Nothing crazy. Gets in the car. Well, you ready to go home? Because I don't want your husband. No. Please go. Please. Nah, I better get you home. She's like, because she don't want to leave. She got to go back to that routine every fucking day. Laundry tomorrow. We may take the kids. It's all about the kids, the bills. Goddamn, I want to do something. Next thing, listen, I had a good time with you, you know. And you look at her. She looks at you. She's like, oh my God, I'm a little saucy. I better get inside. I'm like, how saucy are you, darling? She said, you just don't want to know. I better get out this car. Hold on. Tell me how saucy you are. She like this saucy. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah? Hold on. Now we dogging each other. Oh, God. kissing all crazy. Oh my God, I can't do this. Oh my God, I'm married. Listen. Don't worry about it. Don't feel bad. Go home. You know what I'm saying? This is not what you want to understand. She's like, oh my God, it just felt so good. It felt so good. Let's do this again. Oh, yes. Oh my God. We can't do this. Go home, just go home. Now she wetted in the motherfucker now. I know you niggas forgot about women's pussies get wet. They don't have a dick. They get moist. She's been moist since she got in the car. Now it's wet. She's horny. She's gonna go home to this fucking damn retired loser, or she gonna get a little excitement in her life. But how's she gonna do this and not feel like a hoe? That's your job, man. How you gonna make her not feel like a slut? That's your job as a man. God damn, this is wrong. Life is fucked up. Again, this is just a story. Oh my God. Your job is to not make her feel like a hoe. She has to know that you're not gonna tell anybody. She know you're gonna talk about it. She has to feel trust. You have to bring that vibrance up, because goddamn, I feel amazing. This motherfucker makes me feel hot. Literally. Now you're kissing again. You're feeling her ass. Your finger popping her. She's moaning, pants all high from the fucking legs all up in the car. You ain't put your dick out yet at all. You ain't even pull it out. Everything she's doing, you doing to her. She does to herself. She's been doing that. She's self-pleasure. Now you pleasuring her with your fucking fingers. Meanwhile, she's feeling guilty, but she's under the influence. Natural, you know what I mean? She had a little drinky drink. You ain't forced nothing. You ain't put no drugs in there, none of that. She's an adult. We're adults here. I'm more worried about you talking before me. Y'all like to tell the fucking truth all the time. I ain't got time to talk about nothing. Now she go on with that wet ass pussy. Goes in the fucking house. She gonna look at that goddamn, he's sleeping. She go in the bed, take a shower, come up there, ass all out, pussy all hot. This nigga's sleeping. He ain't even fucking turn over. Guess who's on her mind all goddamn night? She gonna wake up, go to school, work the next day. She slept for fucking 2 hours. Goddamn. My pussy's still wet from thinking about it. This nigga fingered me and nobody ever fingered me like that before. Goddamn. Now I must warn you ladies, this is gonna be in a membership in a couple hours, just to let you know. Goddamn. How can I fuck this nigga without feeling like a whore? I don't want to cheat on my husband. I don't want to cheat on my kids. All this is in her mind because it's not her nature to sleep with multiple men. It's her nature to be with one man. But the one man wants something new. He don't even want it anymore. Not the way he did when he first met her. He lost his hunger. He's like Eddie Murphy on Amazon, lost his hunger. Yeah, you heard what I said. He's like Eddie Murphy on Amazon. He lost his hunger. She's here, we got the kids, where the fuck is she going? Oh yeah? Well, that's not new to you, but it's new to me. You know what now? She sees it, goddamn it, you know what? I'm so sorry about the other night. I was out of my mind. She said, don't feel bad. Now she's telling me don't feel bad. It was my fault. No, it's not your fault. Listen, we're adults. You know what I mean? You don't tell her no creep. I won't tell. If you won't tell, no, we're adults. We're not going to even talk about it. She said, yeah, you're right. Another week later, hold on. So you saying we can't have that drink again? I didn't say that. I didn't know if you wanted to do it. So fuck it. We'll come out and have a drink. Okay. Where you want to go? Now she comes out there, hair done, you know. She got a nice bra on, the best panties set. She just feeling amazing because this is what this man makes her do. God damn it. I want to wear my best underwear. You know you're a bad motherfucker when a woman want to wear her best underwear. You ain't even fucking stick it in her yet. Because you niggas don't know how to stimulate a mind. It's your nature to stimulate a woman, mentally and physically, man. Not her fucking job, bozo. You niggas act like little bitches now. You want her to stimulate you, you want her to bring something to the table, she got to be making a certain amount of goddamn year. You know what I mean? So you got to think about it. He said, I had a close friend whose wife had a 2-year affair on him. He found out through her iPad if we could rewind. I mean, what else is she supposed to do? She's living in a world that it's her nature to have one man to satisfy her, and she's not getting that. But now she has this paper under the laws of the America that she can't be stimulated by nobody. It's a pretty lonely place. That's why she cheated on him. Yeah. Let's hang out and have that drink. Now we hanging out having a fucking drink. God damn it, I'm having a ball with this nigga. I'm laughing. We're all in the city, downtown Manhattan, jumping on the damn taking pictures, having a fun. God damn, let me get some sugar by this waterfront. Now we kissing. It feels amazing. Oh my God, we gotta stop this. I'm like, stop what? You like being around me, you like having a good, yes, but I know it's just so wrong. I said, I know it's wrong for me too, darling. But what we gonna do? Why does this feel so good if it's so wrong? Well, you're a man. What does that mean? Well, I heard your videos and you say a man, he has certain desires. A man has desires all day. All day he dreams about sex. All fucking day. So a woman just wants to be appreciated. That's why opposites attract. It's like a key and a lock. It works together. You got the right key, you turn the motherfucking lock. That's what it was made for. I don't care what you put in that goddamn lock. You put the right key in there, it's a click. It's going to click. Click, click. Goddamn. Deep thought, isn't it? Master a woman, man. You have powers, you just don't even know how to use them. That's why you're bitter. You're catching all these fucking diseases, depression, okay, high blood pressure. Your niggas are having strokes and heart attacks. Because you've been with the same routine for 20, 30 fucking years. You can't get out your own way. Now you ate yourself to death. You don't even be active anymore. You want a young woman. Why don't you just stick your dick in something other than your hand? You still having desires. You beat off the porn. That's worse. Really, Nate? It's worth to beat off the porn and be married than to be with another woman. Because that's not a male's nature to beat off to a fucking digital platform. That's not natural. You didn't know that? Nobody was watching porn 200-300 years ago, but niggas was getting pussy. A vagina is designed for a penis. It's made for it. It ain't made for an asshole. I know the gay niggas would love to believe it. It's not made for that. That's why you got to put all things, lube it and all that. You ain't got to lube no pussy hoe. Especially if she's fucking wet. You ain't got to do shit. That's natural fucking lube. You got to understand the male and female nature, ladies and gentlemen. You're not. You keep defending that goddamn man. You judge him. Why judge him? He's a fucking animal. Don't get your dog fixed or your cat fixed and see what the fuck they do when you sleep. And see if they don't fuck their neighborhood dog or cat. That's what they're going to do. The male is going to fuck. He smells pussy, he's gonna stick his dick inside of it. Bust off and keep it moving. You own horses, put them horses next to each other and see what happens. And see what happens. He go when he busts that nut. It's his nature. He has to have it. So when you're a single woman walking up and down the street saying, man need to be accountable for his actions, you're a target. You're going to keep getting played like that. You're single, you're a doctor, you got a great job, but nobody fucking wants you. That's not a good look. Tell them you're seeing somebody. You rather not talk about it, but I got a little something in my stash. That's it. Never say dating. Say one. You could tell a nigga you dating 10 motherfuckers, that's nothing. He gonna label you a hoe, but you got one nigga in the stash, goddamn bitch, I'm gonna work on everything to get you attracted to me. He will work hard off of one nigga. And he don't even exist, you just made it up. You got somebody, he gonna tell you he got somebody. He gonna lie now. He living with his baby's mama on the couch, he will fucking tell you that. But when you dating, he ain't gonna tell you nothing. When you single, he ain't gonna tell you a fucking thing. Cause all he gonna do is game your ass cause he knows you're a fucking fool. She's single, she ain't got nobody that cares about her. I could run game on her. God damn it, this motherfucker's married. It's gonna be a little competitive getting this shit. It's deep shit. You gotta think on the times of where we're living. We are living in times now where AI is taking over the natural abilities of a human being. So you're going to go by AI. You're going to trust Alexa. You're going to trust Google. You're going to trust, Siri. You're going to trust You're going to trust them until they fail you. Navigations, GPSs fail sometimes. Sometimes they bring you the fucking long way. Like, why the fuck did it take me here? You know this. Sometimes you do that with your GPS. You know if I go straight this way, I'm home in 20 minutes. Why the fuck did it take me another way to go 20 minutes? Or 30? You know what I mean? You got to think about that. You can't explain a male nature to a woman because she's not going to get it. You have to explain it to a man. You got to tell a man, listen, when my boy was talking to me with all that, I said, this motherfucker probably ain't stick his dick in something in years. That's why he looks like that, stressed. He's stressed out because he got to leave and go to work tomorrow. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. When does it stop? You're a young man. You're not even 40 fucking years old, all right? You're an old fuck, but you still a young fuck, right? And you're working and busting your ass. Nigga, you ain't even 40 yet. What you gonna do in 20 more years? And you're already fucking having strokes. Where's this coming from? Angry, shuts down, people depressed. All you know how to do is make money and fucking blow it on bills. Most importantly, he's unhappy. That's an appetite for destruction, especially for him. Just one attractive woman just says to him, damn, you are a good-looking man. He's fucking, God damn it. He probably gonna cry because he said, nobody told me that shit in fucking 20 years. You have a better chance of having a man approach you before a woman approaches him. He don't have it out. Where's he gonna go? He gotta buy a prostitute. He don't even know what to do that at. God damn, I need one prostitute. I'll fuck her once a week. God damn, I could give her 400 a week. Where's she at? Now he got the prostitute. He found her. Now he's in love with her. God damn it, I want you to stop selling pussy. I want you to be, I think I'm in love with you. Could be a messy situation, but it also could level out because he has a nature, an animalistic nature. How does he feed it? What's it gonna do? It sounds good. He's in church and Instagram pictures look great. What the fuck is he gonna do right now? His dick is sitting there like, goddamn nigga, I'm sick of you beating me up. You beat me up every fucking day. Not only do I want your wife's ass, I want some new shit. I need something. God damn, I'm tired of it. The dick gets tired of the same routine, especially when nothing happening. The dick is neglected right now. His manhood is neglected. And now it desensitizes slowly by the day. Heart disease kicks in, depression, high stress, anxiety. Now he has a fucking stroke. The wife is like, it's the cigarettes. It ain't the fucking cigarettes. Oh, he's just been stressed at work. Stressed at, yeah. We know why he's stressed, but where's his out? Where's he letting all of this damn steam off at? In his hand? Well, Nate, what about the people that turn to drugs and alcohol? Again, that's not natural. That's a temporary fix. Ain't nothing temporary about a fucking woman. Especially if you've never had it. And she ain't never had you. Niggas will feel that damn, that could be so intense, a nigga will leave his fucking wife over that. It's crazy. So woman, know your powers. He needs you. He doesn't want you, he needs it. So you gotta play hard to get. He needs it. Why would you be so easy and tell the motherfucker you're single and independent? Will you shut your fucking mouth? Damn bitch, she's 40 miles from me. Now you're gonna drive to his ass. Let him drive to you. I'm independent. No, I got my own car. I'll come to you. Shoot me that address. No, darling, no. He needs you. Play the role. Be cool. Don't look thirsty. You told the nigga you got an old man, he'll come out there. He like to live a little dangerous. Fuck it, I go visit you. I don't care. I just want to see you. Well, you know my situation. Yeah, I'm aware of it. But I bought you some flowers, goddamn, some chocolates. Shit, would you take a trip with me? He want to do more with you because you got an old man. That's how he's wired. He has a competitive nature because he's hungry. Let him work for it. You fuck it up when you tell the nigga he's single, because now he not gonna stick around. Single pussy versus a pussy that got a man is entirely different. Trust me, because he know he has to expect less. He gonna expect a lot when you single. You single, you ain't got nothing to fucking do. Oh, I'm late. Man, let the bitch wait. She's single. Where the fuck is she going? But now when you got an old man, imaginary old man, you understand? Now when you got an old man, he gonna be there on fucking time. Be here at 2:30 in front of my job. Goddamn bitch, it's 2 o'clock. I'm here already. But you fall into the same trap. Because you think you know it all and all, because you run with your big mouth. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been on my job for these amount of years. All right. My husband's this. He's doing that. Now, this is the married one. Next thing you know, you're like, well, darling, listen, why'd you get married for? Huh? I love my husband. I would never cheat. So why you here with me? We've been talking for a whole fucking hour. Okay? If you nice with it, then that's what it's going to be. Got to be nice. Niggas lost that concept. A man biologically wasn't created to be tied down with one woman. It's not his nature. That's why he's angry. That's why he's goofing off on social media. Okay? Some of these niggas in celebrity marriages was just worse because he can't do a fucking thing. He can't. He's a celebrity. What could he do? That's a money grab. You just fuck DJ Envy? I mean, well, you know I need some bills paid. Fuck you, bitch. I ain't paying no bills. Oh, yeah, I'll tell your fucking wife. Matter of fact, I'll get on the internet and tell everybody. All right, bitch, how much do you want? That's right. You have that power. That's the price he has to pay. He knows better. But when you're single, he's like, that bitch ain't gonna do a fucking thing. Where the fuck is she going? And he don't want you seeing nobody. That's right. When you date, when a motherfucker got a single bitch and she ain't dating nobody, he don't want you dating a motherfucking person. He won't even encourage you to date. That nigga be married like, who the fuck is over at your house? You my bitch. And you so fucking goddamn desperate and delusional because your nature is love. You like, God damn it, that is my boyfriend. He does love me. I don't think his wife is doing a great job. That's your nature. Hopeless love. He fell in love with you now. He don't want you dating nobody. So as far as you're concerned, he must love me because he don't want to see me with another man. But if you had told him, motherfucker, you got an old man, he would have known his limits. He would have known his limits. He would have known his barriers. He ain't gonna call you 1 o'clock in the fucking morning because he knows you with your old fucking man. And the day he does call you, that's when he lost it. God damn it, who's blowing up your phone? Now he don't give a fuck because he fell in love. You like this crazy psycho, he knew my situation. Meanwhile, he don't exist, but you got him. You got to think about you being the bee and he the honey. You get more bees with honey. We gonna bullshit you, but you bullshit him back. Fuck it, I got a man. Well, goddamn bitch, I got a girl. He'll tell you that now. He ain't gonna tell you when you're single. Because when he's single, he gonna try. Another man, he gonna say, well, I'm single too. Because you single. So now he got to run game on you to believe he's a single man. And he got to work hard to play this fucking game. It's a goddamn mess. Now you tell the nigga you don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. I want to start seeing other people. Now that nigga's at your front doorstep at 2 o'clock in the morning. Who the fuck you talking to, bitch? You ain't seeing nobody. Knowing goddamn well he live with his woman. You want to learn the truth about a man, tell him you got somebody else. Well, what does it mean when a man says he dates? That means he's married. Or got a girlfriend. He's just telling you that because if you see the nigga in public with another bitch, well, I did tell her I was seeing somebody. Dating is never a good answer. And it's worse for a woman to say she's dating because now that just means you're single. You're going to be home at a certain time with no fucking body. And now I'm going to try to be her boyfriend. He ain't trying to be a boyfriend when he knows that. Oh, women don't like to be the number 2. Men don't mind being the number 2. We don't give a fuck about that. As a matter of fact, we like that. Yeah, nigga, she got her husband, but goddamn, I'm that nigga on the side. You know, it's such an amazing feeling to have knowledge. Knowledge is the key to life. Because then you can sit back and just watch a motherfucker be stupid. You're like, stupid fuck. I love smiling in niggas' faces that think they know what they talking about and don't. Oh, I love it. I do. I love people that do that. And they're like, yo, that's why, people just don't be knowing. No, you don't fucking know. Motherfucker that think they know what they talking about, I let them think what they talk about. Let them think it. So would that cause a crash out of the man fell in love? No, men only crash out when he ain't getting no ass. Men only crash out when he been with the same woman and he's bored and he can't get another bitch. Men only crash out when they're getting old age and he's not appealing to the woman he likes. A man doesn't crash out from that. That's just called drama. Now the nigga's all jammed up. I got a wife. I fell in love with this other bitch. I got another bitch pregnant. That's a fucking disaster. You know what I mean? It's no joke. So you got any questions? Shoot the questions. I'm gonna show you why these songs became so famous.